Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T. As we broadcast live here on Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Plays YouTube channel throughout social media. We'll get you out of here before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here in the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time or later. And deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Plays. Let's meet the cappers and get right to the picks. Let's say hello to Brian. Brian, what's going on?
Can't complain. It was a so-so weekend off a winning day on Sunday. You're going to try to carry some momentum into Monday on this nice card, at least in the NBA.
Good for there as well. Let's say hello to Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Yeah, not too much. Tony can't complain either. It was a so-so weekend myself, so definitely had a half-decent day yesterday. So let's continue it on to Monday here, and let's get some winners on this crazy card. This is definitely crazy NBA card, light NHL card, and some landmines. College basketball definitely got to tread lightly there, or find those spots, because I think there's definitely some places to make some money on the college basketball slate. Excited for it, actually. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it indeed. Let's say hello to Kirk. Kirk, what's happening?
Not much, as these guys said. Kind of so-so weekend for me as well, but just looking forward to the new week.
No doubt about that. And Javon, what's the word?
Not much. It was a horrific weekend for me, but it's Monday, so let's get to it.
Let's bounce back indeed. Let's roll with it here as we take a look at these games here. We'll start here with our NBA for coverage. Just working on some, getting the line feed set up, but I think we'll just go through these mainly first at the beginning, then we'll talk through the lines in a second. So we'll go ahead and get started here with the NBA on this 10-game card, and these will be the first games that we start with here. We begin with the Hawks and Pistons here. We've got the Pistons. It looks like they're going to lay about 4.5 now with the Pistons. Total sits 237.5. Wizards and Hornets. Here we've got the Hornets laying a 5.5, total 215. That's gone up. Rockets and Knicks. The Knicks 6.5, total now 224, 223.5. That line has been moving a bit here early in the betting cycle. Let's take a look at some of the injuries here to see what we got rolling here. As we're getting closer and closer to about an hour away from start time in some of these games. We'll look here at this Atlanta-Detroit game. Bogdanovich, Capella, Zeller out. Trae Young will be in the lineup. Just Jaden Ivey out for Detroit. Wizards and Hornets here. Bagley, Bay, Sarr out. Poole is questionable. For Charlotte, no Ball, no Martin, no Okogie, and Saloon out there for Charlotte. And in the Houston-Knicks game, we've got here Sengun out. Sengun is out for Houston. Smith and Van Fleet out as well, so big one there. Landale is probable for Houston. On the Knicks side, no Anunoby, no Daddy, no Robinson. Hart will be questionable. So there we go here with this slate. We get this one underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, there's just too many people out for the Rockets in this game. No Fred Van Fleet, guy that really is the spear of their offense. No Şengün, first-time All-Star. I think this is a very tough spot for the Rockets on the road at MSG. I think the Knicks win this one by double digits. And I'm going to take a shot with the Wizards plus 5.5. 2 of the 7 wins for the Wizards this season have come against the Hornets. So if there's ever a time to end this losing streak, it's probably in this game.
There from Kirk. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
I like the under in the Wizards and Charlotte game. Both those offenses definitely not humming along, and we're running up and down the court, that's for sure. So that total is definitely dropped some as well, down to 215. I still like it at 215. First to 100 wins that one if either of those teams get to 100 there in that matchup. And then give me the over, Houston and New York. That New York offense has been rolling along and scoring some points, and I'll drag Houston with them up and down the court with some of those guys that are be on the bench that don't get a whole lot of playing time. We'll get some more playing minutes. So at 224, I think that's too light. Give me the over 224, Houston and New York.
There from Rod. Next up, we move on over to Brian.
Yeah, I've been a Detroit Pistons guy pretty much all season long, but I don't like laying points with the Pistons. I like when I'm getting points with Detroit. Atlanta comes in here pretty desperate. How many in a row has Atlanta lost? About 8 straight games. So you're going to give me 4.5 with a team in desperation mode. Overall, over the last 10 games against the Detroit Pistons, they played them pretty tough. So I'm going to take the Atlanta Hawks plus the points here.
Hawks plus the points there with Brian. Next up, we move right on over to Javon.
Yeah, I concur with Brian on Atlanta, for the reasons that he said. It was just a situation where Detroit did get a cover yesterday by margin as favorites, home favorites. That's all well and good, but it's kind of a step up in class when you're dealing with the Hawks, even though they are injured and even though they're not really point spread type of team. But last game, look what they did. They did cover that game, made it a 5-point game, and it was pretty much in the second half. It was around that number anyway. So it can only be the Hawks for me. I still don't trust on Detroit laying points at home or laying points, period.
All right, that'll be it for you on that block of 3.
You know what? I don't want to do it because it's Washington, but I'll take a good shot with Washington on the money line. If anything, either they're gonna get blown out or they're gonna win the game. That's how I see it. So it's plus 170, 165, 170, depending on where you shop at. But yeah, it could only be Washington for me. I'll take a shot at the money line with them.
There from Javon. All right, I'll tell you what I think here about these games. I look as well with Atlanta plus the points. They are 12-9 of the spread as a road dog. We do have Trae Young in the lineup. It is rest advantage for the Hawks in this spot. You got to think Trae Young must be a little disappointed because it was always a rumors that Young at some point would have been a Laker. I don't see that happening anymore. But anyway, they could put those rumors to bed now. But I'll look here at this Hawks team. Pistons having issues shooting the threes over their past 5 there. Also, I'll look at the over. I'll agree with Rod here. Over in New York and Houston. We've seen Houston start to pick up the offense because they took the NBA crew there, Barkley and company. They were asking about the Western Conference contenders, and I think Ernie mentioned Houston. They all that Houston, they can't shoot the basketball. There's no way we can put Houston in there. But what have they done? They've been picking up their scoring since then. New York 17-9 the over at home. Over their past 5 games, put up 124 points a game. Rockets here been hitting threes over their past 3 games, put up 113 points a game. I like the over in that spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we get ready here for the next series of games here from the NBA. And the games from this slot will be Bucks and Thunder here. We got the Thunder now 16.5. Wow, this one total 225. This one's moved. We got Kings and Timberwolves. The Timberwolves laying 5 here, total 221. Spurs and Grizzlies. Grizzlies 2.5, total 240. So let's take a look here at the injury report here for this slate of games. Sacramento and Minnesota. Sissoko and Levine are out, coming over in trades. They'll be out. We know De'Aaron Fox has been traded. Werder also has been traded as well, so a supporting cast member. They're out for Sacramento. On the Minnesota side, DiVincenzo, Edwards, and Randall out. Naz Reid questionable. Anthony Edwards is questionable. Let's see the latest on him with an illness. Well, it doesn't look like it's contagious because he was at the shoot-around there. So there's some positive news there for Edwards. We'll see. It'll be a game-time decision. But dealing with some kind of illness doesn't seem to be contagious because he was at the shoot-around. Milwaukee and OKC. Laundry list here from Milwaukee here. Giannis out. Lillard out. Middleton out. Robbins out. Portis doubtful. Lopez questionable there. On the OKC side, no Caruso, no Holmgren, no Mitchell, no Wallace, and their talented players, Jalen Williams here with no White. He is out as well in this game. So injuries on both sides in this one. We also have, those are the 3 that we have in this slot. We got the Kings, T-Wolves in there, Bucks game, and Spurs and Memphis here. We've got McLaughlin out, Fox doubtful. Don't think he'll play that quick. Wemby questionable. Let's see what the story is on Wemby this late in the betting cycle here. Questionable with another illness. Let's see here. The illness, let's see here. We're not sure yet about his status here, but illness is the tag here on Wemby here tonight. On the Memphis side, no Bain, no Spencer. Williams and Smart doubtful. John Morant and Clark are questionable. Let's see what the word is on John Morant. Could return on Monday. That's it. It's still with that shoulder issue. We'll see a game time decision with John Morant, see how he's doing. So that's the updates on the injuries. We get this one underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, this time slot's tough because every team seems like there's injury riddled. I'm not laying 16 points with the Thunder. They could cover, but I'm not doing it. So that's a no bet for me. The Kings Wolves is a no bet for me till I get the Edwards, but I will lay the points with the Grizzlies at home. They've been really good at home this season, even with all the guys that have been hurt this season. They're one of the deepest teams in the NBA this season, so I'm gonna lay the points with the Grizzlies. I think they get the winning cover.
Yeah, they have experience playing with backup guys. That's what they did last year. So those guys got playing experience. Move on over to Rod.
Yeah, for me, I gotta agree. It's like, do you want to lay that kind of price with OKC? At 11.5, I was kind of like, slows now 16.5. Yeah, that's way too many. That thing's just skyrocketed balloon. I got to pass on that game altogether. Spurs of Memphis. I still lean to the under 240 in that matchup. In a game that you figure are going to be a track meet, give me the under 240 in that matchup. And I'm still going to take the Kings. I don't need to know the news of who's in for Minnesota. If Ant's not in, well, eventually that line drops. It'll get even shorter price on Minnesota there. So you won't get as many points. So I'm going to jump on the Kings now. You look at the road team head-to-head between these two teams. The road team's 9-0 head-to-head between these two teams. And then just look at what Minnesota's done as a home favorite of 6 points or less. 0-10 ATS. No chance. Give me the Kings plus the points in that matchup.
Yeah, from Rod. Next up, we move on over to Brian.
Yeah, I think Rod's 100% correct. I think you got to go with the Sacramento Kings. I think they're the best free pick of that 3-pack there. You've seen Minnesota struggle all year to cover these type of games. Minnesota lately, they've been looking good straight up, but they are coming off that loss to Washington. So for me, I think it's a one-possession game. I'll take the Sacramento Kings here.
Sacktown from Brian. Next up, we move on over to Javon.
Yeah, I see the line drop with Memphis. I don't agree with it at all. Giving me, less with the chop. So I'm on the Grizzlies. They're 6-1 against the spread on the second hour back-to-back, and with the prospects of John Morant back into the fold, I gotta back them. It's just plain and simple.
Yeah, from
and
Javon.
As for that Milwaukee and OKC game, if you was already on OKC and see the line move, it's an opportunity for a middle if you're into that kind of thing. Just want to throw that out there.
There you go. Yeah, you can middle. The game lands 9-16. You're in like Flynn. So there you go. From Javon, I'll tell you here what I think about some of these games. I'm going to look here at the over with San Antonio and Memphis here. I like what Grizzlies here, 9-5 to the over at home against these losing teams. Against winning teams, the Spurs 7-3 to the over. But man, this Memphis team just puts points up at home with or without Morant in the lineup. They can score. Grizzlies over their past 5 games, averaging 124 points a game, hitting 51%, 40% from 3. Spurs had that funk when they got into Europe. It was even before getting to Europe. They had a bit of a slump, but they're getting their scoring back, so I like the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. So we'll close out the NBA here with these final 5 games in this block. They will be Pelicans and Nuggets. Nuggets now to 10, total 242. Pacers and Jazz. Pacers 7 on the road, total 242. Magic and Warriors. Warriors still holding at 3, total 210. And we got the Suns and Blazers. We've got the Suns here, 5 on the road, total 228.5. Let's take a look at some of the injuries here from this block. Pelicans and Nuggets. Ingram, Jones, Thies are out for New Orleans. On the Denver side, no Watson, no Westbrook. We know Concar's been out there. Aaron Gordon, likely to play, probable there for Aaron Gordon. Indiana and Utah, we've got Freeman, doubtful. Miles Turner, who was actually rumored as a Laker at some point. We heard that last week, right? Those kind of rumors kind of died out with the Luka trade, but Turner was someone they had thought the Lakers may pursue. He is questionable for Indiana. On the Utah side, the traded players, Hutchikfino and Tucker out, Williams out as well for Utah. Orlando and Golden State. Suggs has been downgraded for the morning. Suggs now doubtful for Orlando. On the Warriors side, Kuminga out, Hield and Green probable there. So an upgrade for Green, moving to probable for Golden State. Suns a clean injury report. For Portland, Thibault out, Williams questionable. So it looks like both teams will have their main guys in this one. So let's get this one underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, I'm going to lean towards the Pelicans plus the 10. Nuggets probably win, but covering by 10 against a Pelicans team that's actually playing quite well. Troy Murphy's playing out of his mind. Zion, when he's on the court, they've looked a little bit better. I know DeJounte Murray's up, but Jordan Hawkins is going to be able to step up. Jose Alvarado. I think they keep this one within single digits. They've been playing good teams pretty hard over the past month or two. So give me the Pelicans in that one. Then I'm going to go with the under and the Warriors versus the Magic. I think it's a first to 100, 102 type of game, and it's going to be a very defensive, slow-paced game as the Magic need to get back on track. And what really runs their team is their defense and intensity on defense. So I'm going to go under in that one.
There from Kirk. Next up, we move on over to Rob.
Yeah, speaking of no defense being played, give me the Pacers and the Jazz over the total 241.5. I think we need to cruise into the 250s there in that one. No defense played between those two tonight. And then I'll lay the 3 with the Warriors there in that one until Orlando gets right on the road. Can't do it. I'll lay even more than the 3 in that one. Give me the Warriors there in that matchup. And then if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Not going to fix it. Give me Portland plus the 5 against the Suns. It's like we just seen this, and everyone's like, whoa, now the Suns are going to do it again. What? I don't think so. It was 4.5. Now they're laying 5 in this one. Portland's covered 8 straight, playing some solid basketball, and I'm going to even sprinkle on the money line there for Portland. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We just seen this. Give me Portland plus the points if you want. Take the money line if you want. Either way, I think we get the repeat of what we just seen in that matchup.
There we go. Only difference here is Portland had rest advantage in that game Saturday as the Suns were on a back-to-back. Both teams 1 day rest, but as Rod says, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
They covered 8 straight. Oh, they haven't had some favorable back-to-back rest advantage spots of late, but Portland's playing, doing it, getting it done, as Rod said. Next up, we move on over to Brian.
Yeah, not my favorite part of the schedule here as far as free picks go, but I'll lean towards the Orlando Magic here plus the points. I think this line seems a little light for a team that's lost 8 out of the last 9 games. I think they come in angry. They come in desperate. This is an Orlando Magic team that is a good team. They just haven't been up to par lately. I think it's a 1-possession game. I'll take 3.5 with the Magic. I think they get it done.
There from Brian. Next up, we move on over to Javon.
Yeah, this is kind of shaky, but I'm going to take a shot with Utah. We did see Indiana, not cover that 8 at home. Now they got to go on the road. It's just a situation where I think it's just slightly too many points. It's at hovered around 7.5. You might see 8 before the game tips off, and I like it at that, in that position.
There from Javon. I'll tell you what I think here about these games here. I'm going to go over here with New Orleans and Denver. We've seen the Nuggets 8-2 to the spread at home against these bad defensive teams that allow 46% or greater. So I'll look here at this Nuggets team. They've been putting a lot of points up, playing good offense, but not very good defensively. Therefore, Denver, matter of fact, Denver 15-7 to the over at home this season. And of course, we've seen Pelicans as they've gotten healthier. What do they like to do? They like to run and gun. They put up a lot of points. They give up a lot of points. I'll look at the over there. I agree with Giovanni. I'm taking the Jazz plus the 7. This is why you take them as a home dog facing the Eastern Conference. That's when they do their best work here. Jazz 6-2 to the spread at home against the Eastern Conference this year. It makes sense, right? Because of the these teams coming from flat surfaces here, not much elevation in some of these cities back east. Look at the Jazz in this spot. Pacers here defensively going the other way over their past 5 games, giving up 49% shooting, 38% from 3. I'll look for the Utah Jazz there. I'm going to go with Golden State, Orlando, 2-8 to the spread on the road, fall on a road loss. And again, this Magic team, as we know, there you play on them. You play on them at home. No one shows up on the road other than Paulo or Franz Wagner. And if Franz Wagner or Paulo one of them aren't in their game, they get blown out big. So just don't support. The supporting cast doesn't step up. We saw that in the playoffs. Orlando couldn't win a road game last year. I think me and Javon were on that, right? Every home team wins in that first round. Has anything changed?
Hey, it was a hell of a run that first series between Cleveland and Orlando.
Absolutely. Orlando can't win on the road. Yep, bad road team, and that'll give me worries. I like again Portland plus the 5. I don't care that they're equal rest. I know Portland's had some favorable spots where they've had rest advantage against back-to-back teams, but still they've gotten the job done by big numbers, right? So. One thing with Portland, what they're doing is they're playing good defense, right? Over their past 5, allowing 44%, 29% from 3, and they're shooting the ball. But they've got some healthy young core over there, man. They got some players. Shaden Sharp in there, Jeremy Grant in there. We were talking about some of these players in that Portland team. If they just get Jeremy Grant, if they just get it together, they can do some damage. And I think Chauncey has him pointed in the right direction. Finally playing up to expectation. But they're a very young team with a lot of young talent there. Not only in the starting lineup, but in the backcourt. It looks like DeAndre Ayton, someone who thought was going to get moved at the deadline. I don't know if I'm Portland if I want to make that move. I don't know if I want to move. I don't want if I mess up that chemistry what they've shown right here, like Portland here in this spot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we get ready here for college hoops. So let's flip it over to college now. We do have a game in progress, which we'll skip here in this slot, which is the Colgate game. Right, Colgate and Lehigh going head-to-head here. We already see Lehigh with a 4-point lead. They were home dogs in this game. We'll see if it holds up for those who took them in this game. All right, let's see what we'll cover. So in this slot, we're going to cover the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and including the games beginning at 8 Eastern Time. So we're just going to leave the 9 Eastern on its own slot. So games beginning at 7 Eastern and including the 8 Eastern in this slot. You're going to see these are a lot of these small conferences. We do have Pitt and Virginia going head-to-head here. Virginia with the big line here on this ESPN game, but a lot of small conferences here, guys. This is this is a added board special for you guys here, so you can see what we're going to deal with here at this spot. We're going to stop. We're not going to include this one in this block. Just the games from 7 Eastern, including 8 Eastern. So let's get this one underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, the one I really like in this spot is Bethune-Cookman at home. They're on a 3-game home win streak. Alabama A&M is 1-7 against the spread when underdogs by 7.5 or more points this season. And this just screams double-digit victory for Bethune-Cookman here. So that's the one I like in the spot, Bethune with the points.
Bethune with the points from Kirk. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
Yeah, definitely agree with that one. That line's moved to all the way up to 8, so I like Bethune-Cookman by double digits. Alabama A&M as a road dog. Nope, not where you want to be putting your money, that's for sure. Take Bethune-Cookman in that matchup. Another one I like here is give me Stephen F. Austin heading into New Orleans. The Privateers are going to get whooped in that one. Not even going to be close. It's up to 8 now in that one. I got Stephen F. Austin by double digits over New Orleans. New Orleans defensively, they're just letting everybody shoot away freely on that one. Stephen F. Austin's going to run up the score and easily win by double digits there in that one. The other one I like here, give me Delaware State minus the 5. You look at Morgan State on the road, and they're 0-9. Delaware State are 0-6-1. Mismatch there. And then I like a track meet here, Charleston and William and Mary. I think both of these offenses running and gunning up and down the court. That total's ticked up now up to 167.5 there in that one. I think it was 165 this morning, wasn't it? If I think I remember correctly. But either way, I like the over. That one, I think we cruise into the 170 plus. Charleston and William and Mary.
There from Rod. Next up, we move on over to Brian.
Yeah, I think in this early segment of games here, I'm going to go with one of my favorite colleges, William and Mary, the Tribe, plus the points. You know, Charleston, they've owned William and Mary. I think they won 8 of the last 10 straight up. William and Mary only one cover over their last 6 games. I think they're going to take this one outright, but I'm going to take the 2.5 points just for safety because I think it's going to come down to who has the ball last. Give me the Tribe plus the 2.5.
Yeah, from Brian. Next up, we move right on over to Javon.
So we're gonna roll with Sela, Southeast Louisiana against Lamar. Lamar's been taking heavy action. You know, this line was at 3.5, now it's at 2 in a lot of spots. I like Sela from the get-go, you know, like him better. I love going against the line move a lot of times. You know, I'm not scared when the the lines go against me. You know, it just means that it's less wood to chop. You know, that's the bottom line. So both decent teams, but I just think that being that this is that at home for Sela, I think they'll get the job done. And let's see. William and Mary, that's a good one. But I'm gonna take it a step further. I think they win outright. I think it's time for them to snap this losing streak against Charleston. Especially after that beatdown they took last game. So I think it was like a 41-pointer to Campbell. Bounce back time.
All right, there from Javon. I'll tell you what I think about it. I think one I'm looking at here, I'm going to take Virginia Cavs plus the points here. Looking at the Panthers, they failed to cover Pittsburgh here. 7 of their past 10, not a very good shooting team over that period of time, just over 43%. Cavs can make their threes, and they're pretty good shooting from over their past 5 games at 48%. We don't need them to win just to cover this big, 13-point line is that we're looking at here. It's a big number in this spot. So I'll be looking here at Virginia here at plus the points here against Pittsburgh on that ESPN game starting tonight here, top of the hour. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through as we get ready here. One is looking at, 13 points. As we get ready here to close out this college basketball card here with the following games here. We're going to go to the 9 o'clock games. So that's all we have here at late night is 9 Eastern time. And the ones we'll included here will be Alcorn State and Grambling. You can see the number here, Grambling favored here on ESPNU. Coppin State, Maryland Eastern Shore. Going the wrong way here. Go the other way here. We've got Northern Arizona, Big Sky Country here. Northern Arizona favored 1 here, total 144.5. Northern Call and Idaho State. About to pick them in this one. Iowa State and Kansas. This is the big one tonight on ESPN. Kansas laying 3 here, total 147. North Texas UAB. We got UAB 2.5, total 135.5. That's our card for college hoops. We get this one underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, I'm going to look at this Alcorn versus Grambling, and I think the over-under is way too low in this one. Alcorn's gone over 129.5 in 8 of their last 10 road games, and Grambling has gone over 129.5 in 15 of their last 20 games. Might not be a track meet, but I definitely think we get over 130 points. That's what I'm looking here.
From Kirk, next up we move on over to Brock.
Yeah, I'm looking at that same game, but I'm going to take Alcorn State as the road dog there in that one. You look 13-6 ATS against the spread, and you look at what Grambling does. They play down to their opponents. They play down to the teams with losing records. They're 1-10 ATS is Grambling State versus teams with losing records. So give me Alcorn plus the 5.5 in that matchup. And the other one I like the revenge match. North Texas was down by like 17 versus UAB, and they came roaring back and hit a late 3 to win that one. So I think UAB gets the revenge here at home in that matchup. Should be a good one. Kind of lean to an over 135, but UAB, they're not going to give up the 17-point lead there. I'll lay the 2.5 there with UAB to get the revenge over North Texas in that matchup.
There from Rod. Next up over to Javon.
Yeah, so looking at the big game here, ISU, KU, both of these teams are slumping, and I heard a lot of, Kansas can't lose 3 straight at the Fog. Of course they can. This isn't the same Kansas team that we've seen year in and year out. This is a Kansas team with Hunter Dickinson. He's around on pegging the square hole, so it could definitely happen. So with that said, I'm on the Cyclones. I don't think they lose their 3rd straight. It's that simple. Both of these teams are in bad form. I get it, but after that loss at home to Kansas State, I'm on the Cyclones.
There from Javon. Tell you what I think about some of these games here. I'm going to be looking here at Northern Colorado here in this spot. Idaho State, really poor defensive form, allowing 47% shooting here against the Big Sky. That's the Big Sky you're giving at 47%. That's not pretty good. Idaho State also a team with issues with turnovers in the conference. Looking here at this Bears team from Northern Colorado, strong on the glass. You look at their shooting numbers, 48% over their past 5. I'll look at North Colorado in that spot. I like Weber State here to pick up based on their home splits. Northern Arizona is a team that struggles shooting the ball inside, and they don't make their free throws. Not a team that forces turnovers. Weber here in this one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Single from hockey, so let's get to it here. NHL, we move on over on the ice tonight. We got Senators and Predators. We see the Predators here, $1.35, total 5.5. We'll see if Kirk, no, I saw your perfect record in hockey, so he wants to keep it that way. All right, maybe. We'll see. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
Yeah, for me in this one, I like the under 5.5 here. In this one, looks like everybody was all figuring Allmark was going to get the start for Ottawa here in this one, but nope, it's going to be Forsberg. And Forsberg over his start to the year was awful, but over his last few, he's definitely picked up his play. holding his goals against average down below 2, goals against, and a nice save percentage. So he's definitely stepped it up for this Ottawa Senators team in the absence of Allmark. On the other side of things, we know this Nashville team, they haven't been good. When you look at their numbers over their last 5 games, they're giving up about 4 goals a game defensively. But I think here at home, Saros will have a step-up spot here. In Ottawa, big defensively, holding teams to 1.6 goals a game over their last 5. So give me the under 5.5 in this one. Low-scoring one, kind of lean to Ottawa as well. Just like we've seen earlier, it was a 3-1 win for the Sens earlier this year. I still like the unders to play. Take the under 5.5.
Yeah, from Rod. Next up, we move on over to Brian.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a battle here. Everybody can pretty much guess who I like in this one as far as the money line goes. But as far as the total goes, I think Rod's right. We're going to see a low-scoring game. Definitely love the under 5.5. This morning when I looked, I was paying no juice to bet the under 5.5. So I'm definitely taking this one. I think it's going to be a 2-1, 3-1 type score.
All right, there you go. We got you through the hockey for tonight. Now it's time to take over to our parlay peripheral segment where our cappers can give out a parlay. We've got a team player prop, pick in the future, peripheral sport. They make the call here on this segment. So let's get this one underway here with the Kirk.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Knicks spread and the Wizards spread, 2-teamer.
There from Kirk. Next up, we move on over to Rod.
For me, I'm going to take the Sacramento Kings plus the points. I'm going to take the Charlotte Hornets under the total, and I'm going to lay the 3 with the Warriors. Little 3-teamer in the NBA for you tonight.
There from Rod. Next up, we move on over to Brian.
Yeah, my parlay for today, I'm going to take the Atlanta Hawks plus the points, Sacramento Kings plus the points, and my tribe of William and Mary plus the points.
And with the tribe there. Next up is Javon.
I'm gonna give out a 4-teamer.
4-teamer.
All money line plus money dogs. We're gonna start off with Washington Wizards. We're gonna follow it up with William and Mary. We're gonna do Iowa State, the Cyclones, and then one I didn't give out. I just forgot about it. Coppin State. 2 bad teams. Coppin State doesn't have a win on the road. They'll get one tonight.
Yeah, from Javon. All right, give you my 5-teamer tonight. I like this one here. I like as well the Hawks plus the points. I do like the over here in Pelicans Nuggets and like the Jazz at plus the points. All right, we got you through that segment. Now it's time to see what our cappers have for sale over at Pick Dawgz. We're heading into a big week of action. Remember, we got a lot of action here from NBA, college hoops. Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. Remember that 7-day pass will include our cappers Super Bowl picks, so keep that in mind. Here, let's take a look and see what Kirk has for sale over at Pick Dawgz. Remember, he said he was perfect on the ice. We weren't lying. What do you got for sale, Kirk?
Yeah, today I got a 3-pack in the NBA, a little bit lighter in soccer this week, but ramping up this weekend. I mean, we have everything again. Good time for a 7-day. Maybe you'll see me go 3 or try to go 3-0 on the ice this week. So, yeah, a lot to tune into this week.
Very good there. Get on Kirk over at Pick Dawgz. Long-term passes are your best value. Let's take a look at what Brian has for sale over at Pick Dawgz. Brian's put an impressive past 12 months approaching 6,000 units of profit. What do you got for sale over at Pick Dawgz Premium?
Yeah, it's all about trying to produce profit on a daily basis. Coming in tonight, ranked number 2 at pickdogs.com, last 365 as far as profit in all sports. My best bet is in the NBA. My titanium play, $25 gets you that winner. 11-4, last 15 titanium, 73%. Or you can get that as part of my Monday private plays 3-pack. All 3 best bets for $50 at pickdogs.com.
Right on board with Brian over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Putting great numbers up, as you can see. Let's see what Javon has for sale over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Put together solid college hoops a year. What do you got for sale, Javon?
Yeah, I got a 5-pack in the NBA, particularly like this card in the NBA. And also have a 3-pack in college basketball. So check that out. Drop something long term, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly, or match me with other handicappers for the multi-capper promotional. Can't go wrong here. Sports Shop Place and Pick Dawgz. Let's get it.
Let's get more there with Javon over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Long-term pass indeed. Let's see what Rod has for sale. Pretty good past 30 days from Rod. What do you got for sale over at Pick Dawgz Premium?
Yeah, no, we're both just premium. I got my NBA drop a dime play. Hey, the NBA has been treating us good. 18-11 run over the last 30 days in the NBA, hitting a 62%. I'm a lower volume NBA guy, so we're on a nice little run there. So scoop up that NBA drop a dime play. Also have my NHL sniper play, been solid on the NHL. We hit it with the Panthers puck line there, so looking to go back to back. And it's Monday, so I got a Monday 5-pack this time. I got 3 in the NBA. My NHL sniper play and a college basketball slam dunk included there. Or as Jovan said, better yet, go long term. As you see, we've been hot over the last 30 days. Nice start to 2025. We're going to continue making money instead of having to buy all those plays individually. Better yet is to go long term. More winners for you for less here at Big Dawgz and Sports Chat Play. So jump aboard and also take advantage of the 2-for-1 capper promotional. Can't go wrong with that. You can see, look at all the hot cappers over here at Big Dawgz. Or up your favorite. Maybe make 3, 4, or even 5 cappers of your favorite. A lot of cappers been making money over at Big Dawgz Premium. Jump aboard.
Right, guys, get on board. Right over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Great results over the last 30 days. He's been hot. I've got a best bet in the NBA as well as a multi-pack, 3-pack with 2 NBAs and 1 college basketball. So I got 4 premiums on the board. Hey, I've hit my last 10 NBA. And I've been hitting the NBA, seeing it well right now, guys. So get on board with me over at Pick Dawgz Premium. Got the NBA best bet and a 3-pack with 2 NBAs and a college hoops game there. But why not get that 7-day sports pass? I'm having a good NFL season as well. It'll include my Super Bowl, all my NBA and college for the week on that 7-day pass. Promo code PICK at checkout will save you that 15% off. Multi-capper promotions, so you can match me up with your favorite cappers here over at Pick Dawgz Premium. All right, we got you through the show, guys. We're here with you Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications, be live with us so you get the picks here in real time. Just want to let you know we're not just we just don't produce live streams. We have lots of on-demand content over on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel. Lots of video series. We'll see with Brian what you got going on over at Pick Dawgz YouTube this week, Brian.
Yeah, make sure you check out my sharp betting contrarian predictions every day on the Pick Dawgz YouTube channel, and I'm going to be hanging out this weekend again on Sunday, talking about sports and giving out some winners.
Very good from Brian. Okay, Rod, we can pretty much catch you pretty much here regular here on the drive-thru.
Yeah, definitely tune in to the drive-thru Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll be here on the drive-thru giving out winners.
Got winners from Ron. And of course, Kirk can catch you on demand. I know you're busy here with the soccer, but sometimes we see some of those NBA video series as well from you.
Yeah, definitely. Basically, daily soccer videos with Jack and Goran, where we all give out free picks. So you get 3 free picks for every game. And what more can you ask for? Across all 5 top leagues. A lot of videos and a lot of plays.
A lot of videos and plays from Kirk on the YouTube here at Pick Dawgz. Jovan, I know you produce a video series up here with your parlays.
Yeah, video shorts most days out of the week, and got one up for tonight. So check it out.
Check it out over, guys, over at Pick Dawgz. All the great content up there from all the cappers. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications so you're notified when these plays go up on the site, and you'll be able to get the plays and help you get the best numbers. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru. We're back again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Before you go, does anybody have anything to say? Any final closing thoughts before we go?
I'll tell you what. I watched I turned on the Sixers and Boston Celtics yesterday. Sixers had about a 20-point lead, and they're pretty pathetic. Boston's just unstoppable when they get hot. Anyway, I was just impressed with Boston yesterday and that comeback.
Yeah, well, if you had plus 11 with Philly, you didn't expect a bit of a sweat
Oh,
there.
yeah, Sixers covered that.
Covered, right? That's what matters.
Yeah.
Still.
Hey, yep, the cover is all that matters. And if you was on the Celtics, when it was plus whatever and money line, would
I had the under in that game.
Open.
They couldn't miss a shot in the second half. Boom,
Right.
bam.
Yeah,
boom,
the second
bam.
half. But Jason Tatum, he went off. But if you took a shot, live betting the Celtics, you got paid.
Absolutely, no doubt about that. Live bet was the way to roll there. I expect that return come back. They got it there, but got the win as well, but not the cover. If you had Philly double digits, you got the cash there. That's gonna do it for this edition of Drive-Thru. We're back tomorrow again at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We're gonna